Yes, this is a plea agreement. United States District Court, District of Maine, United States of America versus Porter O'Hara, docket number 8558B, plea agreement. The United States of America, by and through its attorneys, Richard B. Cohen, United States Attorney for the District of Maine, and J.P. McCloskey, Assistant U.S. Attorney for the District of Maine, and Porter O'Hara, acting for himself and through his counsel, Mark Sullivan, Esquire, enter into the following agreement based upon the following promises and understandings. Porter O'Hara, will plead guilty to an indictment which charges him with participating in the illegal importation of hashish into Dutch Neck, Walboro, Maine in 1981. It is understood that with regard to his guilty plea to the indictment referred to in paragraph 1, the defendant shall not receive a prison sentence greater than 2 years. The defendant may request a lesser sentence, while the government may make any recommendation up to 2 years. If a split sentence is imposed, the term of probation be within the discretion of the court. The court shall have the discretion to impose a fine, but the government will make no recommendation that the court do so. The defendant shall be subject to any special parole term required by the statutes to which he is pleading guilty. As part of this agreement, in cooperation for the limitations on the sentence set forth above, Porter O'Hara agrees to fully cooperate with the United States government. Full cooperation means that Porter O'Hara will do all of the following. He will disclose to government agents all of his criminal activity by and all other persons. He will provide the government or aid the government in acquiring all documents, photographs, bills, records, receipts, and like material in his custody or to which he has access, which will corroborate the information given pursuant to paragraph 3 above. He will give complete and honest testimony at any and all proceedings with respect to matters covered by paragraph 3A, whenever requested by the government. He will meet with government attorneys in preparation for giving testimony pursuant to paragraph 3C and will accompany them when requested for the purpose of locating evidence or preparing for testimony. It is understood that should any of the information provided by the defendant reveal any other criminal activity except those violations mentioned in paragraph 1, to which he is to plead guilty, it will be deemed as having been given under use immunity and it would not be used against him. Defendant shall not receive use immunity regarding his involvement in the offense referred to in paragraph 1. Nothing in this agreement will prevent the government from prosecuting defendant for perjury, false statement, or false declaration if committed in connection with this agreement. Additionally, defendant understands that the government will not tolerate any further violations of law by him or should any become known, nothing in this agreement will preclude prosecution of defendant by appropriate authorities for such violations. If defendant should fail to cooperate fully as defined in paragraph 3, the government shall be released from its commitments herein, and this agreement shall be null and void. The determination of whether defendant has cooperated fully as contemplated in paragraph 3 shall be made solely by the United States Attorney for the District of Maine, but must be based upon articulable facts. Defendant understands that there are no further or other agreements, either express or implied, other than those contained in this agreement, and none will be made except in writing signed by the parties. Defendant's signature in the space designated signifies the full and voluntary acceptance of this agreement. This statement is made pursuant to Rule 11E 1C, Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure. Richard E. Cohen, United States Attorney, by J.P. McCloskey, Assistant U.S. Attorney, dated 2/7/86. I have read this agreement and carefully reviewed every part of it. I understand it, and I voluntarily agree to it. Signed 2/7/86, Peter O'Hara. I represent Peter O'Hara as his legal counsel. I have carefully reviewed every part of this agreement with him. To my knowledge, this decision to enter this agreement is an informed and voluntary one. Signed 2/7/86, Mark Sullivan, Esquire.